Welcome back trackside once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network back in action. High Banks in the Queen City Charlotte Motor Speedway tonight for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series race number 7. Here tonight from Charlotte, gonna be one under the lights. Who's gonna have the speed at night to be able to make their way into victory lane? Will we see another fresh face at the front? At the end of tonight, we've got a long way to figure things out, but we've got to get through. Our premier racing setup qualifying session underway, just about a minute and a half remaining, so let's jump quickly into some of your qualifying time sitting top of the speed charts. Quick time here in qualifying. Cody Heitzman gonna go top of the speed charts. 29.68. Richardson right behind him. How about Camille? Not too far off. Sherman Koska gonna round out your top 5 as we've got 45 seconds remaining and only one driver remaining to put in a qualifying time, and it doesn't look like Richards will roll off of pit road, so that's gonna do it. That's gonna be a wrap for the Premier Racing Setup qualifying session, and Cody Heitzman will bring the field to the green flag behind the wheel of that number 28 machine. 3 Toyotas lock out your top 3 positions. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Head trackside for the national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And quickly back trackside as drivers have made their way into the starting positions as the pace trunk begins to roll. We are ready to go here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway, starting inside row number 1 behind the wheel of the Fast 28. The NOS Energy drink machine of Cody Heitzman will lead us to the green flag. Cody Richardson just to his outside. Back in row number 2, Andrew Caldwell and Jared Camilli. Corey Sherman, Andrew Koscom back in row 3. Row number 4 here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway, Gary Bowman and Jerry Isaacs. Dan Keene and Michael Grubb round out your top 10 with Judd Danielson and Brian Dorsey. Back in row number 6 and in row number 7 here tonight behind the wheel of that 70 machine, the Canadian born Mike Donahue. Christian Delgado right beside him from the 14th position. Chris Lentz, Nathan Dufton back in row number 8. Ed Yergin and Ken Lung making up row number 9. And Daryl Richards will finish out the 19-car field here tonight at the Queen City 250, 160 laps of racing laid out in front of us. We're going to get set to unleash these beasts here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway, and away we go. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Charlotte. Going to be a lot of great racing action, a lot of side-by-side action very early here. Turn number 1, side-by-side, second and third, fourth, fifth, now sixth and seventh, side-by-side. Look for a lot of headway to be trying to made here early on this restart. Quickly into some action. We've got some players making some moves. Back across the stripe, Heinzman will lead the lap, but under fire now from Cody Richardson. There you can see last week's race winner. Looking to go back-to-back visits to victory lane. Can the mad Spartan Sim Racing sponsored Toyota Camry make it to the front, digging on the bottom? Fish Billy here tonight from Carolina City. Woo. Close racing action there. 28 going to keep the race lead at the front. Caldwell going to remain in third, with Costco picking up 2 positions from 6th now to 4th. Jared Camilli dropping back to the 6th spot. Isaacs up 1 position now into the 7th spot. Still side by side at the tail end of the field. Brian Dorsey going at it with Nathan Dufton. Ed Yergin also up in the mix. So with 3 laps behind us, we'll drop the timing and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you find and follow along with your favorite driver in the field here tonight. Whoa, big move! Big moment there for the 64. Big wiggle, left side tires a little bit too low on the apron. Upset the race car, up the track he goes, saves it, no contact with the outside wall. Nice little check up there by the 18, but that is going to close a big group of cars back together at the front. Richardson, Caldwell, Koska, Sherman, Camilli, all nose to tail. A little further back in the field, Christian Delgado making his way around Judd Danielson. That's going to be for the 10th position. They'll go side by side down the backstretch and back into turn number 3. Big moments here as drivers losing a little bit of grip. Tires starting to warm up just a little bit. Air pressure starting to adjust themselves. Drivers getting quicker. Drivers heading to the back. Jerry Isaacs, fastest lap of the race, turned in last time around the 51, sitting back here in that 6th position. Let's take a look at this Mad Sim Racing driver. And Mad Sim just seems to have... They just seem to have the drivers that are able to navigate their way to the front of the field. And Jerry Camilli, one of the fast cats, week in, week out here tonight. Charlotte Motor Speedway struggling a little bit. Dropped 3 spots from the start of this race. Can the Alt Construction sponsored Camaro make his way back inside of the top 5 and put himself in a position to fight for a podium, nose to tail all the way through your top 7. Tight little battles on back just outside of your top 10. Let's check out the battles going on here. Dufton, Grubb, Dorsey, nose to tail. Turn number 2 and down the back stretch. Field's gonna rock it down into turn number 3. Everybody still looking for some more positions there. You can see Dorsey going by Grubb. See a lot of close racing action here. Up close camera shots giving you great angles and perspectives of what's going on down here tonight early at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Now going to jump on board with our Toyota Care. Onboard camera shot here tonight. On board with the 99 of Michael Grubb. Sitting back in the 14th position. The 99 looking to make up a handful of spots. Dropped 4 since the start of tonight's race. A lot of positions right in front of him. Big run from behind. Let's jump back outside of the car. Jurgen trying to make some positions, looking at 3 wide. They're going to settle it out, go side by side now. Down the backstretch, short things out, single file for a moment. 37 of Ken Long looks to the bottom of the racetrack, looking for a position now. The WeatherTech number 37, grinding his way up. Started back in 18th, sitting in the 17th spot, but looks to have some speed. Down there on that inside lane, we'll see if he's able to keep it heading in the right direction. Going to have a little bit of a roadblock in front of him here. There's great racing action all over the place. Let's go back here to the front. Back to the front. Battle for the race lead. Looking to the outside is your pole sitter, Cody Heinzman. It's the Cody and Cody show at the front of this field. Heinzman and Richardson going at it, throwing bows here in the Queen City in 250. 14 laps of green flag racing gonna go behind us as these drivers begin to settle in and look for a long run. Look for green flag pit stops. Could be a deciding factor. We've seen pit stop strategies really come into play almost into the outside wall there. Whew. That was extremely close for Heinzman on the top side of the racetrack. Great run for Richardson that time by. They'll drag race again at the line. They'll give it to Heinzman. So as the battle at the front rages on, Grubb dropping through this field. Michael Grubb going to drop back to 17th now. Dufton, Long, and Dorsey making their ways by. Mike Donahue going to go by Chris Lentz. That's going to be for the 18th position. Brian Dorsey, Brian Long for 15th. Back and forth battle still at the front of this field. side by side for your top 4 positions, and you can see once again field at the front not just dominated by those Toyotas, but dominated by the Mad Spartan, Mad Sim Racing stable of drivers. These guys do not pull punches. These guys do not play games. They came to show up and show out here tonight in the Queen City. Charlotte Motor Speedway, a beautiful racing facility. I've had the opportunity of witnessing countless races here at Charlotte over the course of the years. Hometown track. If you haven't been, go camping. I suggest going the All-Star Weekend as well. Well, the All-Star Weekend now in North Wilkesboro. I'll tell you what, Wilkesboro, that's nothing to shake your head out either. Old school, but just an absolute gem. For you math fanatics out there watching us tonight in TV land, and eighth of the way through the race tonight, lap number 20 goes on the board. Heinzman back out the front with the outright race lead. Cody Richardson right behind him. Andrew Koska going to settle in third, up 3 positions from where he's qualified. So the 86 making some moves, and now those Toyotas once again showing a little bit of dominance, showing a little bit of well, selfishness, really. They've been hogging up these podium positions out the start of this season, and again showing just an amazing amount of handling, speed. Just a great run here tonight by the 4 at the front. Isaacs, your first Chevy in the field, looking to try to make some headway, try to make something work. Just not quite able to get around these guys. He's going to pick up 1 position. Isaac's going to put Caldwell back to the 5th spot. So things starting to calm down a little bit here at the front. Still keeping an eye back through this pack. Jared Camilli and Dan Keene going at it. 7th and 8th on the racetrack. Corey Sherman and Bowman right there in the mix as well. Further on back, Ryan Richardson still going at it. Drivers that started shotgun Sally tail into the field have made their way up inside of the top 15, and Long looking for a lot more. Let's go check out that WeatherTech 37 once again, looking to the inside now. Looking for the position. Will he have it off of 2? Yes, he does. Long going to take the position away from Danielson, move Ken into the 12th spot. Already looking to jump on Jurgen. See, so it's not always just about the battles at the front. We've got an amazing run and an amazing battle going on a little deeper in the field. The WeatherTech 37 has been quick here tonight. Jurgen, one of the faster drivers in this field last time around. Jurgen and Young, 79, 68, race leaders 86, so both drivers faster. A lot of ground still to be made up, but they are ticking or putting on laps a tick faster than your race leader. We'll see if the battles continue here back at the front. Let's go back now. We've got a new challenger for your top spot. Andrew Koska looking to take the position away from Heinzman. Stuck on that outside lane. The 28, he's kind of stayed up there outside. I think that's the preferred line for that 28. The NOS energy drink. Camry has just kind of been on that second line. Hasn't really flirted with that bottom lane. Brought us to the green flag. Stayed on the bottom. for that opening lap. Moved up a little bit on lap number 2, and he's been at the top side of the racetrack ever since. We'll see if that's the line he continues to run, trying to keep that second lane clean. And again, going to go back to the high side here in 1 and 2. Richardson liking what he sees. Oh! Outside wall, a little bit of contact. Contact with the outside wall for your Premier Racing setup. Pole Award winner, Cody Heinzman. Behind the wheel of the NOS Energy drink. Cameron. Contact with the outside wall. That's going to slow his roll for a minute. He's going to re-look at it again. Flirting with that outside wall once again. Man, I'm telling you, Heinzman, he's walking a fine line up there on that high side. Back across the stripe and heading into turn number 1. The field gonna follow your race leader Cody Richardson through 1 and 2. Battle is for that second and third position. 5th, 6th also going at it. Jared Camilli in the mix as well. Some amazing camera work here tonight from all the guys and girls back behind the cameras. We appreciate all the hard work week in, week out. Big tip of the cap to these crews and drivers as well, allowing us to put multiple cameras on the cars here tonight, trying to bring you some great action shots. Going to take a look inside now. With the 86 of Andrew Koska sitting in that third position, is going to have a little look to the inside here in 3 and 4. You can hear him downshift from 5th into 4th. There it is, back into 5th before the start-finish line. We'll see if he downshifts here in 1 and 2. And there it is. There's that downshift back into 4th gear again. Keeping the momentum heading in the right direction, keeping the RPM up. If you're wanting to try to save some fuel, you may be able to keep that thing in 5th gear. Let it roll a little bit more. And get on the gas, and your RPM levels are going to be a little bit lower, so you're not going to be requiring as much fuel. So a little bit of a fuel-saving methods that can be done without really losing a ton of time on the racetrack. We'll see if anybody gets into fuel saving mode, as we are still very early in tonight's race, just around the corner from a quarter of the way through. The Queen City 250 will cross the line this time around. 33 will be behind as lap number 34 goes on the board here tonight with the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series Queen City 250. And green flag pit stops underway here tonight at Charlotte. We do apologize, a little bit of audio issues there. We were talking, but it just was not coming through. Nonetheless, we're going to keep rolling here tonight. A lot of drivers cycling through pit road. Dan Keene and Christian Delgado going to stay out on the racetrack. So with the timing of this pit stop, it looks like drivers are splitting this 4 ways. 40 laps, we should see them hit pit road again right around lap number 80. Going to give up a 3-stopper running 40 laps all the way through. But a caution will change all that. Keep in mind, cautions, late race cautions, change fuel strategies, change outlooks, change outcomes. And we'll see if that happens here tonight. Christian Delgado going to become our newest race leader here tonight under the lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Queen City 250. You're watching the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Long green flag run continuing for that 13 of Delgado. You can see the much fresher tires heading to the bottom of the racetrack and right around them. The Virginia PPG Roofing, number 9. Of Brian Dorsey, he's going to get his Ford one of his laps back. Dorsey still sitting 1 lap down for the moment. See if he can't cycle his way back onto the lead lap as Michael Grubb and Daryl Richards still yet to hit pit road. Let's take a look at Grubb here. Grubb going to keep that 99 Camry out on the racetrack. He's going to lead an official lap here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. And only 2 drivers yet to hit pit road. Grubb and Richards, we apologize, yet to hit pit road. Richards sitting about 3.3 seconds back. A lot of guys stuck 1 lap down right now. Grubb going to come to pit road. Richard still yet to head to the attention of his crew, the Menards. Number 15 Toyota Camry out front, showing delay lap number 46 underway, and really trying to examine this here. They're going to be able to get to about lap 90. I don't know that it's going to benefit too much. It's just going to shorten that final run and roll way up the track and into the outside wall. 16 wins some trouble. Richards on to pit road. Cody Heinzman going to take the race lead. Back once again, going to the point. Beautiful run on and off pit road, just a tick faster on and off pit road, about a tenth to be exact, and you can see what that has equated to on the racetrack. Almost a 3/4 of a second advantage now for your Premier Racing Setup Pole Award winner. Heinzman gonna re-lead the race once again. Let's go back here to a big battle. 4 drivers gonna come off of pit road, all within striking distance of each other. And how about the run here tonight for Corey Sherman? Ken Lowe, right there in that WeatherTech 37. We talked about him earlier here tonight. Started all the way back in the 9th row from the outside lane, 18th starting position here tonight. And that 37 has just lap after lap found a way to make it work. Pit crew did a phenomenal job. Got back out on the track very quickly, so a great job. And not just the driver, but the crew going to pick up 12 positions here tonight. Kim Long now looking to open the door to the top 5. So after one round of green flag pit stops, field has been shaking up just a little bit. Some gaps have begun to develop. We do have a tight battle for third and fourth on the racetrack. Koska and Isaacs going at it. Sherman, Lone, Keen, Jurgen right here on the racetrack. You can see him in front of you. A lot going on. Bowman in the mix in that Blackstone-sponsored 08. More battles behind him. Dorsey and Danielson going at it. 15th and 16th on the racetrack. So again, if you know us, you know we like to jump around the racetrack trying to bring you all the action that we possibly can. We're going to go on board now with the 51 of Jerry Isaacs. Isaacs looking to try to find a way to make up a little bit of ground here. As we're going to go high above with the turn 3 drone cam down the back stretch there. You can see the 51 trying to close in on that 86 of Koska, just about 0.2 of a second. Separate these two drivers as they make their way through 3 and 4. Isaac's just not able to close in. Back to the tight battle for the final position inside of your top 5. Corey Sherman has it. Ken Dong, Dan Keen, and Jurgen all right here within striking distance. Check out the hot battle here. The 46 of Andrew Caldwell. The Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry. We don't necessarily like to say falling from grace, but from inside of your top 3 in the first 20 laps, now struggling to keep himself inside of the top 10. Caldwell going to be calling for some changes on pit lane. Christian Delgado, much fresher tires. Delgado with about 4 lap fresher tires than the driver's he is battling with for track position here. Could that be the call in the move of the race? They got a lot of ground to make up this second pack here. Pack of about 7 drivers. Make that 8 drivers. We do apologize. 8 drivers here in this pack. All running nose to tail and trouble from Jared Camilli. The 30 heads behind the wall. The 30 of Jared Camilli gonna have some problems, and he's gonna pull behind the wall. Going down the backstretch, head straight to the garage. His day is done. Tough luck here tonight for that number 30. All construction. Sponsored Chevy Camaro. Camilli will be done. Look at your race leaders here as we head back into turn number 3, lap 57 on the board. Lap traffic not too far off in front of your race leader. Let's take a little look inside here. Grab an onboard camera shot with your race leader. Get a little feel for the banking here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. There you can see just off in the distance, that is the 9 of Brian Dorsey, looking to try to keep himself on the lead lap, and he's got a long way to go before we should see our second round of green flag pit stops. An amazing night here tonight. 58 laps of straight green flag action for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series right here on iRacing.com, the world's #1 racing simulator. If you're looking to get behind the wheel of your dream machine, you can get it done at a fraction of the cost. It costs you nothing to wad these things up. Trust me, I've thrown quite a bit in a trash heap by the time I've been done driving them. But if speed's your thing and you like to get up on the wheel, look no further than iRacing.com. Once again, the world's #1 racing simulator, iRacing.com. For those of you that know, there isn't a single driver in tonight's field with less than a 3,000 I rating. Let that one sink in your head for a moment. That is the level of talent. That is the level of skill that you are up against. If you're looking to try to work your way to where the big boys play here on Thursday night with the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series, you can look for them on the league directory section over there on iRacing.com on the user interface. Work your way through the ranks. They have multiple series running throughout the week. You got what it takes to make the cut. We'll see if we can't see a trackside here with the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Top two stepping away. Koska and Isaac's gonna have a battle amongst themselves. Third and fourth on the racetrack. Back to another four-car battle right here remaining on the track. Stepping away from that other four drivers. What was an 8-car pack has now separated itself into 3 different groups. This 4-pack of drivers, Sherman Long, Keen El Delgado, stepping away from Jurgen and Bowman. Caldwell, Donahue, Grum, losing track time, losing opportunities to work their way to the front. Fifth through 8th on the racetrack, still nose to tail. Back to the bottom of the racetrack through 1 and 2 goes the WeatherTech 37 machine of Ken Long, back in action. For just the second time this season, the WeatherTech machine looking to change his fortunes around. Had a good race running last week from Michigan. Problems late cost him a great finish. Looking to overcome the odds here tonight. Oh, big hit. Big hit of the outside wall, the 85 GoPro sheet. Dan Keene into the outside wall. Big lick. Wait, that hurt me just watching it. That is a big hit. Might not look like much to you because he was able to continue on, but that is a massive hit on the right side of the car. Again, some great camera work here by everybody. Making it work trackside. We appreciate each and every one of you out there making this thing click off with no hiccups, no problems, no mishaps. Big tip of the cap to all the hardworking guys and girls back behind the scenes here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. Back to the action at hand, though. Back to the task at hand. Battle for position on the racetrack. You can see that I know Brian Dorsey trying to give these guys battling for positions on the lead lap a little bit of racing room. He'll make his way to the tail end of this lead pack and to try to hold on here, stop the bleeding. Dorsey, first and only driver listed 1 lap down, but he's going to have some company very shortly. Your race leaders closing in on Danielson and Dufton. got a change of the guard at the front once again. About 10 laps to go before we see our second round of green flag pit stops. The race lead has changed hands once again. Cody Richardson now going to go back to the point. Can Richardson become our first? I believe it's going to be a three-peat, is it not, guys? Can we get a check on that? I went to Victory Lane last week at Michigan International Speedway. And yes, indeed, Atlanta Motor Speedway. Cody Richardson picking up win number 1 here this season. Gonna follow it up with a win at Michigan. Can he make it a three-peat here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway? And keep in mind, Watkins Glen. No, were we at the Glen? I think we got that wrong. I think we were at Coda, weren't we? Come on, guys, get it together. Can't just feed me information and you're not backing up, guys. Yes, it was Circuit of the Americas. Cody Richardson out front, leading, showing the way in electrical problems, aka power outage and tornado warning. Stole the race win from him. So he could be going for his 4th win if it wasn't for that fact, but looking for win number 3 and win number 3 in a row. Cody Richardson showing some speed late here tonight from Charlotte. And I'll tell you what, since this has simmered down just a little bit, let's go back here to the big battle. This is where all the action is at. Christian Delgado taking over the 5th position. Corey Sherman going to fall back to 6th. Bowman and Long now going at it. 7th and 8th on the racetrack. Dan King of the GoPro 85. Still in the mix. Ed Jurgen trying to reel this pack back in once again. Great racing action here tonight in the Queen City at 250. We are just around the corner from halfway through tonight's race, and we have been clean and green all night long. Flag to flag so far here tonight. Lap number 77 on the board. Richardson leads Heinzman, Koska, Isaacs, Delgado. Round out your top 5. Bowman, Sherman, Keene, Lung, Jurgen. Going to finish out your top 10 with Caldwell, Donahue, Grubb, Richardson, Danielson, Duffton, Dorsey, Lentz, and Camilli. Finishing out the 19-car field. We do have drivers on the pit road. The 65 of Chris Letts, a little bit of trouble. Crew working feverishly down there on that 65 to see if they can get him back out onto the racetrack. The night of Brian Dorsey's scheduled stop, it's going to be his second green flag pit stop, and Dorsey is going to fall deep behind your race leader. Is going to be multiple laps down. Now 2 laps down. It is going to be an uphill battle from here on out. Andrew Koska going to pull the trigger from that 4th position. He's going to head to pit road this time around. Since rejoining this battle, Christian Delgado stepping away from Gary Bowman. Dan Keene, Corey Sherman, and Young Long now bid as your top 8. Cody Heinzman gonna pull the pit road. Does he have any takers here? Nope. Looks like Delgado, Bowman, King, Sherman all gonna stay out on the racetrack. 92 of Ed Jurgen gonna bring his Camaro down to the crew for service. 4 fresh Goodyears and a full tank of fuel go a long way. You're at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the beast of the Southeast, the Queen City 250. Well, get underway here tonight. Officially halfway through tonight's race. Second green flag pit stops underway. Delgado gonna stay out as Richardson, Isaacs, Bowman, and Long all come to pit lane. Halfway point in tonight's race, and we still have looks to be about 6 drivers that have yet to make their second green flag pit stop, all of them cycling to the front of the field. Delgado, Sherman, Grubb, Richards, Danielson, all yet to hit pit lane. Cody Richardson listed 1 lap down, the 64 machine able to keep himself out front this time. This time around, very key and important. Richardson able to stay out in front of Heinzman, not by much, but he does have the position now on that NOS Energy number 28 machine. Remember, after our first round of green flag pit stops, the 28 was able to translate the pit stop gain into about a 3/4 of a second gap. It took almost that entire second run for Richardson to set up the pass and make the move to take back over the point. This time, able to keep the position through the round of green flag pit stops. We'll see if he's able to stretch the gap at the end of the run a little bit bigger this time around. Speaking of this time around, Christian Delgado gonna bring his 13 down pit road. That's gonna leave Michael Grubb, Darrell Richards yet to hit pit lane. Richardson and Heinzman battling it out, 4th and 5th on the racetrack for the moment, but what will be for the eventual race lead once again here tonight, packing it in down into turn number 3. Once again, the 28 still chasing after the 64. Right around that top 10 position. Let's go back here. Drivers that have already made their second green flag pit stop. Ed Jurgen, Gary Bowman, Dan Keene, Ken Long still going at it. 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th on the racetrack. And you know what? Well, as we are halfway through tonight's race, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. First off, we're going to give you your mid-race report. Go ahead and get that one out of the way. Started with 19 drivers in the field here tonight. Only one official retirement. Both the 65 and the 6 of Corey Sherman. They've been on pit road for a substantial amount of time trying to fix up their machines. Sherman now going to roll off of pit lane. So still 17 drivers on the track, but only 11 remain on the lead lap here tonight, the Queen City 250. But now we're going to get to that rant. Now we're going to talk about a little something. Not to take away from the racing action you see here tonight on the oval side. But if you want to see some great racing and you want to be able to witness an entire road course all at one time without missing but a very small section of the racetrack as far as visibility is concerned, you need to get to Charlotte Motor Speedway in the fall for the Roval. It is an amazing road course event. I'll tell you that. I haven't been to any other road course races, so I don't have anything to compare it to. But I just don't see how you can see the entire track at Watkins Glen or at Circuit of the Americas, any Road America. How about we'll even mention Sonoma. I just don't think you can see the entire racetrack, but here at the Roval, just another unique feature of this beautiful, amazing facility nestled right at the end of Bruton Smith Boulevard here in Concord, North Carolina. If you know racing, you know the name. Great racing right across the street with the dirt track at Charlotte, as well as Z-Max Dragway 4 wide drag racing action. Man, I'm telling you what. Tens of thousands of horsepower going off at one time. Oh my. You ain't ready for it. I'm just saying. Richardson and Heinzman going to continue to go at it for the race lead. Let's go back to the battle at the front. Let's stay here for a moment. We've got a 3-car battle now as Andrew Koska back in the mix. He's driven his 86 Camry back up into the fold. Some of the Toyotas starting to falter a little bit in the field here tonight. What once was a dominant position for the manufacturer here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the Chevys are starting to show up late. The 6 out of your top 10 sporting the bow tie. Field dominated tonight though. Numbers are just about split between the Chevy and Toyotas, but the nod will go to the Chevys with 1 or 2 more. Only Ford in the field is that 9. Brian Dorsey sitting back in the 16th position, 1 lap down after a long green flag run to open things up here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. You're watching the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series Queen City 250 hot and heavy, well underway, race number 7. Closing in on that 100 lap threshold. Want to keep a reminder out there, if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Make sure before you go here tonight, you drop these guys a thumbs up. It's not all about the action you see here tonight. It's about the great racing action, the long green flag runs, the battles for positions week in, week out, and each and every Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You can get your adrenaline fix, your home for e-speed right here with Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Again, if you haven't already, be sure before you to go to join us in that push to 4K. Show these drivers the love, drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. So thanks for joining us tonight. And for some reason, we've got 200 laps listed here tonight, but it does look to be indeed 160, so yeah. Guys, get a hold of... Tell him we need to talk. He's gotta be better than that. Okay? All right. Somebody's gonna get a text and a call a little bit later. We can't let that be happening, you know what I mean? But nonetheless, we're gonna keep it wound up here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway Action at night under the lights here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway, lap number 98. Gonna go on the board, and Richardson continues to lead. Unable to shake Heinzman and Koska running in second and third. And these guys, they've kind of been accustomed to running at the front. Let's go back to another battle on the racetrack, though. Let's go back here. Let's watch this thing unfold between these 3 to 5 drivers. You can see them all lined up right there. 13 of Christian Delgado losing a little bit of ground with that later pit stop, but he does have much fresher tires. Will that be a deciding factor in the final few laps of tonight's race? I mean, drivers only going to need about 21 laps. Only going to have to go about 21 laps here before that fuel window will open up. So will we see the short pit here on what will be our third round of green flag pit stops? Will drivers elect to run the fuel cell out? If I'm one of your top 3 right now, we've got ourselves a 4.5 second, 4.3 second advantage over Jerry Isaacs. Isaacs has got almost a 3-second advantage over Bowman. I don't know. I'm liking my chances. If I'm Andrew Koska, I like my chances here. Regardless of when I have to come to pit road, I'm coming to pit road. Lap 119, heading into 120. I'm hitting pit lane, and I'm going to hope that that lap or two sooner than my competitors is going to translate into enough of a gap that I'm able to maintain the pace for the entirety of the run. We'll see how it all pans out and shakes out as we continue to watch the battle back through the pack. Gary Bowman, Dan Keene, Ed Jurgen, Ken Lone still going at it inside of your top 10. And a great run for Jurgen as well, up 10 positions here tonight. Just a solid night, a solid run through the field. Give this man some credit where credit is due. We're going to go on board here once again. Ed Jurgen at a turn number 2, trying to chase down the 85 of Dan Keene down the backstretch, heading into turn number 3. Once again, take a little ride over the tunnel. A little bit of a bump there. He carries some speed and a great run through 3 and 4. You can see him really close the distance now. We'll see how he goes in 1 and 2. Put it on the high side, a little bit of a lift on the throttle, back on the gas. You can see Jurgen not utilizing 4th gear. One of the drivers not electing to shift in 1 and 2. We'll see if he does it here in 3 and 4. No, gonna be easy on the throttle, easy on the RPM. And that's gonna be easier on the drivetrain as well. You don't have to worry about those transmission issues coming up to haunt you and bite you a little bit later on throughout tonight's race. So there is some benefits. There is multiple benefits from not downshifting multiple times a lap. See the 47 of Nathan Dumpton. He's going to be listed 1 lap down as now the 99 of Michael Grubb. We're going to fall off of the lead lap back in the 12th position. That's going to leave us with just 11 as Mike Donahue going to be our next victim to fall to our fast 3 at the front. Richardson, Heinzman, Koska, they go. Nose to tail on the speedway, less than half a second separates first through third. Big gap back 2. Jerry Isaacs running in that 4th position. Gary Bowman back in 5th. Keen, Jurgen, Long, Delgado, and Caldwell round out your top 10 here tonight. Can anybody put a stop to the run that Richardson has had? We talked about it earlier here tonight. Looking for win number 3 in a row. If it wasn't for the problems at Coda, he'd be looking at win number 4. So somebody has got to do something. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how they can do it. Oh, I know one way. You send a kamikaze car after them. That's what we like to call them at our local tracks, is kamikaze cars. It's those guys you see line up in the main, and there's that one guy that has been dominant through the season. And that one guy goes out there, and as soon as he sees the opportunity, or the opportunity is given, gives him the old whammo ejecto Sino Cuz both out the race, and now we get a new race winner. Don't laugh. I've seen it happen. Seen it happen here at local tracks in South Carolina. I've seen it happen at local tracks in North Carolina. Bowman Gray, the madhouse. Are you kidding me? You're lucky if you walk away at Bowman Gray without being hit 3 to 4 times throughout the racing. Week in and week out. Beating and banging. Craziness. There's a reason they call it the madhouse. Just saying. Only about an hour and a half drive from the racetrack here tonight. Possibly be able to pick up some more action tomorrow night from Bowman Gray. If you're in the area, head on out there. But first, stick it out. We've got less than 50 laps remaining here tonight in the Queen City 250 for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Showing the way, Cody Richardson out front, Heidsman in second. Battle starting to diminish and dissipate. We're going to go back to Dan Keene and Ed Jurgen. Bowman, Jurgen, Keene, Delgado, all lined up on the racetrack, all nose to tail. 4 drivers looking for positions. 1 spot remaining inside of the top 5. Right now, it's in the hands of Bowman. Will he be able to keep that Blackstone Grill sponsored Camaro inside of the top 5? Will Richardson be able to fend and fight off Heidsman as we enter the final run of the night? A lot on the line. A lot on the line here tonight, a lot of racing action. We still haven't been able to bring you the overall point standings yet here tonight. Coming into tonight's race, the man out front showing the way to no surprise was your overall points leader. Still your overall points leader as they run. You see the Abruzzi Raceware sponsored machine making his way around. That is not a position. That is not for position on the track. It is for track position, just not a position on track. Jerry Isaac sitting in the 4th position. He came into tonight's race 7 points outside of your points lead. Dan Keene, he's inside of the top 10. He came in 3rd tonight. Ed Jurgen with a great solid run. The 92, a great night. He came in 30 points back, looking to make some ground and some headway. Only 8 points back from Dan Keene, so running nose to tail right now. Not going to make up a ton of ground on Keene, but looking to make some headway nonetheless. Even Corey Sherman back there in that 16th position. points implications. Gary Bowman inside of the top 5. He's going to look to leapfrog Sherman in the point standings as well as Camilli. Lap 118 on the board. Green flag pit stops right around the corner, and Cody Richardson, what we thought may happen is indeed unfolding. We've seen him in the final 10 laps of our second green flag stint. We've seen him really be able to make a pass and start to open up a gap. He was able to keep the top spot this time through the pit cycle. And he really started to open things up at the end. Heinzman going to give up that second position. He's going to pull to pit road, and Jurgen Kinlung also on to pit lane. What does your race leader Richardson do? How long does he stay out here? Does he come to pit road this time around? And there it is. He's going to head to pit road. Great pit road entry, not missing a beat. Andrew Koska gonna follow. Jerry Isaacs gonna pull the 51 down pit road. Gary Bowman coming to pit road with Dan Keene, Andrew Caldwell. What does Caldwell try to do? That Interstate Batteries number 46 machine. Tail of 2 races in trouble. Caution! Caution on the track. Oh no, Heinzman has trouble getting back underway. It's going to be an innocent issue. Getting back up to speed. Let's check the replay here. High above. The turn 3 drone cam, you can see him getting up to speed on the gas. And looks like maybe a little bit of transmission trouble. Couldn't get the car fired up. Then it gets going, and caution will fly. Race official's going to throw the caution here. So we're going to have caution number 1 here tonight with less than 40 laps to go. Green flag pit cycle underway, so it is definitely going to mix up this field. So as we have an opportunity, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back from Charlotte Motor Speedway.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And back live trackside under caution for the first time here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Field gonna do a little flip-flopping of running positions at the front. Mike Donahue listed as your new race leader. We will receive the one to go this time around. We talked about it for a moment, so let's bring it to you quickly before we head back to Green Flag Racing. Here to see your point standings coming into tonight's race. Richardson dominating here tonight, finds himself gonna restart back in that 5th position. He's gonna look to get a handful of more points here tonight, trying to extend that overall points lead. Koska sitting right there in 5th, 33 points out of the race lead, 3 points behind. Jurgen sitting in that 4th spot. Gary Bowman rounding out your top 10. He's going to make up more ground over Finmore as Coolridge not in the field here tonight. William Kern also absent from the track. Christian Delgado going to separate himself from the 3-way tie. And we're going to have one crazy little go here. We've got a lot of drivers receiving wave rounds, a lot of guys coming back around the track, and it looks like almost the entirety of this field receiving a wave around. Somehow timing and scoring getting a little bit out of loop, a little bit off track. Race officials keeping everything straight. So we like to see the proactiveness of the field. We're going to extend this caution flag a lap or two. Field going to catch up to the back end of the pace car here. We're going to go around, I believe, at least one more time. And what this is doing, ladies and gentlemen, as well, this is also amping up the intensity of the restart that we're getting ready for, right? The lap count is clicking away. We're gonna have less than 35 laps to go when we go back Green Flag Racing here tonight. There you can see two wave around drivers making their way by. Mike Donahue will bring the field back to the green flag. We're going to have, it looks like, a single file restart here. Coming back to the green flag, lap 126 will get things back underway. Once again at the Queen City 250, live from Charlotte Motor Speedway. There it is, pace car in. We're ready to roll to the restart zone. We go, and on the gas, green flag flies for the second time here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Mike Donahue looking to capitalize on the circumstances. He's going to fire off, rocking his way around into turn number one with a clear advantage over Caldwell. Delgado and Broom going to go at it for third and fourth on the racetrack. Richardson right behind Koska and Jerry Isaacs in tow. In a tale of two races, how about the job done by that 46 machine? Man, the interstate batteries 46 fired off on the restart, reclaimed the top spot for the first time in a long time after falling deep in the field. And hats off to the 13 as well. It's Christian Delgado with a solid night here tonight. Top 5 run all night long, putting himself in position for a shot at the end. Sitting in second, we're going to have ourselves less than 30 to go this time around. Intensity ramping up a little bit further through this field. Let's go back here. Goska, Isaacs, Donahue, Ruben, King, all going at it on the racetrack. You can see the 85 of Dan King. He's up in the mix. Judd Danielson looking to recover well here tonight. The number 29 of Rosie Raceware sponsored Chevy Camaro sitting in that 9th position. Gary Bowman back in 10th. So who you got? Do we got another caution here tonight? What do you think out in TV Land, race fans? Let's hear your thoughts on tonight's race. Great run through the opening 120 laps here tonight at the Queen City 250. And just an amazing green flag run. Will these drivers keep it clean, or will we see a late race restart reshape the running order at the end of tonight's race? Andrew Caldwell out front, 2/10 of a second advantage over Delgado, who's got 3/4 of a second over Richardson, battling now with Andrew Koska. Richardson, Koska, Isaacs, nose to tail. We got a train trying to close in on your top two. So now what do you do if you're Delgado? Do you try to make a move? Let's take a look here. Delgado sitting in that second position, 3/4 of a second advantage. Here you go, top two right there with the racetrack. You can see the hungry field right behind him. Do you just elect to try to run at the tire tracks of that 46? Try to keep as much speed built into your tag team duo here to keep yourselves out front. We're going to have 25 laps to go next time by. Here in the Queen City 250, entire field has enough fuel to get to the end. But will they have enough if we see green-white checkered? That's going to be the big ask. I would expect to see everybody come back down pit road to get their final set of tires here tonight. So I think the pit stop strategy is going to be a no-brainer. I think if we see a caution flag before 10 laps to go, I think we're going to see everybody head to pit road. I think after 10 laps to go, I think it's going to be mixed feelings for the crew chiefs on whether or not they're going to be able to make up the positions in the amount of time. But me, I used to tell my driver, hey, look where we were. Oh, big contact outside wall 13. Bang the boards out of turn number 4. It immediately gives up ground to Delgado. Gonna drop about a 10th and a half there immediately. Single final train of cars behind him. Koska, Isaacs, Keynes, nose to tail on the racetrack. You can see now the 29 of Daniel Richardson. Of John Danielson, I apologize, looking for some more positions. But as we were saying, excuse us. This is where I would tell my driver, look, where are we? All right, we're not going to win tonight's race from 5th, are we? You're coming to get tires, and we're going to give it hell from here on out. Go get me those positions. That's what I'm telling my driver. If there's a late race caution, we'll see if the crew chiefs elect to take that route, or if they play it safe and keep a track position as key as we continue to wind down the laps here tonight. Just 22 laps remain in the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. Race number 7 here from Charlotte, North Carolina, from the Queen City 250. An amazing night under the lights. A long green flag run, quick restart here. Drivers back to pounding the pavement and closing in now. Richardson really starting to reel in your top 2. So things gonna get pretty interesting here. I would expect to see drivers all over each other over these final 20 plus laps. There you can see top drivers starting to sort themselves out, starting to step away from some of their fellow competitors as they head down into turn number 3. Everybody chasing after Caldwell for your race lead. One driver would trouble, the 15 of Darrell Richards. He heads to pit road. Richards on to pit road. Battle for second now as Cody Richardson has brought Andrew Koska along with him. Battle and fight for the final positions on the podium have begun. Less than 20 laps to go. Business is about to pick up. We're going to have a wild race to the end here tonight. The Queen City 250 from the beast of the southeast, Charlotte Motor Speedway, producing yet again another phenomenal night of green flag racing action. Richardson still looking to complete the pass, going to stay side by side with the 13 at the line. Will get the nod for that second position, but still unable to complete the pass. Outside lane contact with the outside wall once again. Delgado into the outside wall. Richardson gonna move to second now. Andrew Koska to the bottom. Door open wide now for the 51 of Jerry Isaacs. He's gonna look to follow through. Dropping 2 positions in 1 lap. 13 stuck on the high side. He's gonna get freight trained once again. Isaacs now gonna look to the bottom. Look for the 85 of Keene to do the same. Richardson. Short work at the front and back to the point once again. The dominant driver in tonight's Queen City 250 has reclaimed the race lead. Andrew Caldwell going to fall back to second with Andrew Koska hot on the trail. Jerry Isaacs looking for yet another podium finish here tonight. The 51 sitting in the 5th spot, digging, wanting more, looking for 4th. Caldwell doing all he can to stay in that second position. There you can see Isaacs bottom of the racetrack, still trying to complete the pass on the 13 of Delgado. 1, 2, 3, nose to tail back across the stripe, side by side. Give the position to Isaacs at the line. The 51 listed as the 4th place runner, down into 1 and 2. Now going to have a clear-cut advantage. Will he be able to make the slide job up the track and into, oh my God, that was close. That was close. Ain't no other way to, you know what, man. That was almost bad. It was so close. It was almost bad. Jerry Isaacs gonna move into the 4th position, back up for the battle. 2nd and 3rd on the racetrack. The Interstate Batteries 46. Turning his race around, turning his night around, and with less than 15 to go, has an opportunity to seal the deal with a podium finish. Will he be able to walk away second? Will he end up third? Could he somehow run back down Richardson at the front, who is just, again, Richardson just the dominant driver here tonight. We've seen Cody Heinzman be the only driver to really put up a fight against Richardson, but unfortunately Heinzman involved in that a little bit of a crazy caution there. The 28 going to be mired back in traffic, sitting at the 9th position. after qualifying first here tonight, your Premier Racing Center Pole Award winner. Late race troubles, late race woes have cost Heinzman a hand full of points. Caldwell starting to be able to breathe a little bit easy here. 86 of Casca not all over his rear deck lid anymore. Looks like fading away in the background. After a build-up, the Jaws theme music gonna go away, so we're gonna step away and head trackside. Let's take a look off the tail end of this 18 machine. What do you say? On board Toyota Care camera with the interstate batteries. Number 46 of the injury called around, looking back at it, the hungry Casca sitting in third, looking for more. Ten laps remain here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway, stepping out now to almost a half a second advantage. Race in hand for Richardson. Battle for second, third still going on. Caldwell and Casca yet to decide who will walk away second and third. Back here just outside of your top five, let's look at Jerry Isaacs and Tan Keen. Gary Bowman going at it fourth, fifth, sixth on the racetrack. And we talked about Heinzman being mired back in traffic, back in the ninth position. Here he is, reeling in these guys in front. Heinzman now sitting at seventh. Can he possibly recover to a top five? That's going to be, I think that's going to be a big ask. But that is going to be a massive improvement. And I know some of you may be, oh, it's just 4 points. It can't be that big of a deal. Leading laps, pole positions, bonus points involved. Finishing fifth instead of ninth is a big shot in the arm of the point standings once you figure all the bonus points in. Don't get mad at me. Just saying. No real battle for the race lead. Second and third still going at it. We're going to keep our eye on that, but we've got a big one on our hands right here. Isaacs and Keene going at it. Bowman, Heinzman has reeled him in. Here comes that NOS Energy number 28 machine, showing that qualifying speed in late race pace. He is over a tenth and a half faster than your race leader at the moment. He's going to head to the high side, try to make it work. Out of 1 and 2, Heinzman back to the bottom now, putting the 808 to the top side. Digging for position, and he's going to get it off of turn number 4, going to cross the line. Chasing after some more. I'm telling you, Heinzman, he's got to get the driver of the race. Somehow the 08 was able to keep himself out in front of him, man. This is getting to be a good battle with just 5 laps to go for when we cross the line. This time around, Isaacs has separated from Keene. Bowman looking to walk away from Heinzman. But I don't know. I'm not counting out that number 28 just yet. I don't think we can do it. Delgado and Brian Dorsey going at it. Let's check these two drivers out. How about the turnaround tonight for Dorsey being mired 1 lap down for the majority of tonight's race? That caution indeed benefited the Virginia Pro Roofing. Number 9 Ford Mustang, the only Ford in the field and inside of the top 10 with 3 to go. An amazing turnaround for the number 9. Going to go back here to Heinzman. making the move once again, looking for the position on Bowman off of turn number 4, across the stripe, popsicle sticks on display. We've got 2 to go here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. 2 laps to go at Charlotte in the Mad Sim Racing. Number 64 of Cody Richardson looking to secure a 3-peat here tonight. And somebody is going to have to beat this guy with a stick before next week's race, man. We can't let him get 4 in a row. White flag flies. Final lap here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Cody Richardson going to have a nice, easy drive to the line. Let's keep an eye here, 2nd and 3rd. It looks like Andrew Caldwell will secure the 2nd position spot, still up for grabs. Look at Heinzman, man, chasing after that 6th position. He's going to pack it down into the bottom through 3 and 4, but coming across the stripe, checkered flag in hand. Job well done. Race win number 3 here tonight for the man behind the wheel of that Mad Spartan Sim Racing Toyota Camry. My goodness, will anybody put an end to the run? Richardson on a roll will walk away with yet another race win. Enjoy his cool down lap and get ready to burn it down for the fans in the stands on the front stretch here tonight. What an amazing run. What an amazing night. Some teammates getting to come up, show him a little bit of love here as he gets ready for his post-race celebrations. We're going to get ready to step away and get things set up for your post-race interview. So as he enjoys his celebrations and his smoke show, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And backtrack side at the conclusion of tonight's Queen City 250. What a night. What a run. Long green flag run with a late race caution brings us to our post race show. We're going to see if we can dial up and have a few words with, well, one of the Andrews finishing inside of our top three positions. Let's take a moment here. Let's see if we can dial them up. Let's see if we can't get a word or two with the man behind the wheel of the 86 machine. Let's see if we can dial up Casca behind the wheel of that 86. Andrew, it's Dave. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Man, first and foremost, how you doing? How you feeling after walking away with third?
I mean, it was a pretty good race. I wish I could have got a little bit more there at the end, but there was some kind of weird thing going on in the sim, and I didn't get the green flag at the end on that last restart, so I was kind of caught sleeping as everyone else jumped. So, I mean, all in all, good finish. Cody got the win up there, so good 1-3 finish here for Mad Sim Spartan Racing here tonight.
At one time, you had your teammates all nose to tail. I believe you guys were pretty much locking out at least 3 out of the 4 top positions on the track. Was there ever a time that you thought we may see a complete Mad Spartan Sim Racing podium again?
I was thinking it could have happened, but I mean, early in the race, Cody Heinzman, he was really fast too up there with us. I mean, he was pretty much guaranteed podium as well with us if he didn't have his issues there coming off pit road. But yeah, I was hoping we were going to be able to get a 1-2-3 finish there at the end. Just came up a little bit short with that whole single file restart. So yeah, tough break for that. But yeah, at least we got 2 of us up here tonight.
Yeah, it's still a fantastic run for the entire team. A great run for you and the 86 crew. We noticed tonight pit stops seemed to be pretty well laid out. Was there ever any discussion on maybe trying to run shorter or longer and just kind of change up the strategy a little?
Yeah, on the first pit stop, I kind of just went normally, and the second one, I went a few laps early just to try to get a little bit of a jump to catch back up to both of the Codys, and it definitely helped, and I got back up to them. I think if we went green, there would have been a great 3-way battle between the 3 of us there at the end. It would have probably been a really good sight to see there.
There was some great racing action regardless anyway, man. A fantastic run for you and your crew. So you know the drill. You know how we do things. Would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love views before we let you mess with your teammate for a moment?
Yeah, first of all, thanks to you, Dave, for broadcasting this series every Thursday. It's amazing, your broadcasts. Second of all, thanks to Jerry and the admin team for running this series. They do an absolutely great job behind the scenes. Shout out to the whole Mad Sim Spartan team, and shout out to all of our sponsors on the car. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, my man. Well, again, job well done. Another podium finish for you and the crew as well as the team. We hope you keep the consistency up, and we look forward to talking to you next week from a short track. We're going to head to America's Heartland. We're going to mix things up at Iowa next week, so we'll see how you go there. But until then, stay safe, and as always, my friend, keep it fast.
Well, we'll see you next week again, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Andrew Koska going to walk away with third here tonight. Tried a little bit of strategy. Didn't quite pan out. Didn't quite pay off. But nonetheless, going to walk away with a great finish. And that's going to lead us right along the lines to the man that walked away. Went second here tonight. We're going to get our second Andrew in this post-race interviews here tonight. Now we're going to go to that Interstate Battery 46 driver. Andrew, it's Dave. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, we're making this a Canadian theme right here. Do you feel good about getting 2 Canadians on the podium, man? How do you feel about that?
It's great. It would have been better if it was the 1-2 position, but we'll take the 2-3.
I hear you. I hear you. Now, we had a little chance to catch up before we came back on here, and you mentioned something, you kind of wish that, there was about 12 laps shorter in tonight's race, man. How did you feel there after firing off on that last restart?
We got out to a decent lead there. Cody and Andrew there, they were kind of behind from that single file start, and I was able to maintain it for a bit. And then I saw as they were getting closer, I started to push a bit more than I probably should have, and uh, used up the right front a bit, and Cody was able to catch me quicker than I would have liked. And by the time he got to me, I had no tire to even try and hold him off.
Well, man, you did your point standings a phenomenal shot in the arm here tonight. You're a little bit down in the overall point standings, but this is going to be your fourth top 10, your third top 5, so definitely trending in the right direction. Heading to a short track next week, a little bit of a tough, bumpy racetrack, Iowa Speedway. What's your thoughts on next week?
Uh, you know, uh, uh, man, I don't even know.
That is the most honest answer we've gotten this season. I love it. He said, love it.
Who knows what can happen there? These next gens really don't like bumps at all. So if you hit one the wrong way, that could be a race there. So try and play it safe, play it smart, and be there at the end.
Well, man, you had a phenomenal car here tonight. You were inside of the top 5 at the beginning of the night. You kind of fell back through the running order. You put yourself in the right position at the end. You capitalized on it and walked away with a great finish. So, Andrew, again, congratulations. Job well done picking up second position here tonight. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Sure. It's been a while since I've been up here, but we'll say thank you to mom and dad. Can't forget them. I think I got in trouble one time. So shout out the 47 in the field tonight. Teammate out there. It would have been better if you had a better run, but we'll work on it. But we'll be ready for next week.
All right. Well, again, Andrew, congratulations, as we said, picking up your fourth top 10, your third top 5 of the season. I believe that was right. Yes, your third top 5 of the season. So trending in the right direction. We'll see if you can keep it going next week at Iowa and then into Indy. But until then, my friend, stay safe. And of course, as always, keep it fast.
Thanks. You too.
All right, there you go. Final few words for the man from Bradford, Ontario. Andrew Caldwell going to walk away with second here tonight behind the wheel of that number 46 machine. The Interstate Batteries Toyota Camry going to come home in second, and that's going to lead us back into victory lane. Familiar face once again standing here with the checkered flag. Man, I guess it never gets old. Cody, how you feeling after picking up the three-peat?
Hey, no, it never does get old. I love standing here in victory lane. I love talking to you. I love being able to shout out to my mom every week. I hope we keep this up, keep this momentum rolling.
Well, man, at the tear that you've been on as of late, I don't know when there is any stopping you. I mean, this could have been going after your fourth race win. Realistically, if you think back to Coda, with the unfortunate circumstances that happened there, but we won't dwell on that because you've definitely made up for it in the past 3 weeks. So we're gonna transition. You've already been locked in to the championship chase. We've got some pretty, I don't want to call them tough, but we got some pretty tough tracks coming up. Iowa's gonna be a wild one with the bumpy characteristics there, and these Gen 7 machines not really liking them. Indianapolis Motor Speedway coming up after that, then down to Texas to do a 2-step. Over the next 3 weeks, is it just about race wins? Knowing, I mean, you've already been locked in. You're just compounding that points lead. Is it just about winning?
No, not at all. I think it's a good chance to try some stuff to get through to the playoffs. I know we got another road course in the playoffs as well that I'm not worried about. I know I can have a pretty good finish there on those road courses. Texas, if you think about it, turn 1 and 2 are kind of similar to Homestead, where our finale is. So try to learn some stuff there with the off-throttle time in 1 and 2. Get the flat corners down and everything as well at Indianapolis. All of these you can learn some lessons and try to transition further into the playoffs. But I think for me, it's not necessarily race wins. It's just about keeping this momentum up, trying to get these top 5s, trying to keep talking to you every week, and just keep running at the front of the field here, seeing what the other guys are doing, kind of weighing out the competition on the way to the playoffs and going from there.
Well, man, you're definitely clicking off those top tens, top fives without a problem there. So the consistency is there with you. The race winning performance is there. The speed is built in. This Mad Spartan sim racing machine just looks quick. I think you're gonna have a target on your back as we move throughout the season. And sometimes it's good to be the king and have the target, and sometimes not so much. But we'll see how that whole scenario plays out over the course of the rest of the year. Cody, congratulations once again on your third win in a row here tonight. So before we let you go, you know the drill. You've done it enough. We're going to back up, and the mic is yours.
Yeah, absolutely. And as to the target on my back, it's been on my back for the last 2 seasons whenever I won the championship, trying for a three-peat here. So I'm used to the pressure, but there's a lot of these guys have gotten a lot faster over the last couple seasons, and we have some new faster guys in here as well. So it's going to be a lot tougher, I think, this season than it has been in the past. But anyway, gotta say, like you said, shout out to the team, Mad Spartan Sim Racing, Mad Sim Racing, working together, getting building our setups and everything for the Open Series, working together as a team through here. Just all the sponsors on the car, can't thank them enough. Gotta thank you for coming out here, spending your Thursday with us. I know it can be a little boring at times here with long green flag runs, but hopefully Cody and me and the other Cody kept it interesting for you up here in the booth. Thanks to Cyber Thunder Racing League for putting this on and everything as well. Gotta say hi to all the friends and family out there. Can't forget hi, Mom. Love you out there. And I want to tell everybody to check out madsimracing.com and intotheapex.com. Look out, we are going to be live at the Indy 500 here in about a month and a half or so.
Interesting. Now that you're gonna go live at Indy, man, you're making me think that our annual trip to Pocono with the Turn 3 guys, I think we may have to do a little bit of live stuff there from Pocono. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But
hey, this will be our 4th year live from a Daredevil Brewery right next to the Speedway. So if you're in Indianapolis for Indy 500 weekend, give us a shout out. Give Tyler or the Mad Sim Racing team a shout out on all the social media platforms and everything. We'll see if we can meet up with you.
well, there you go. There you have it. If you're in the area, hit them up. You might get yourself famous. I'm just playing. Again, Cody, an amazing run, an amazing job. 3rd win in a row. Congratulations on all the momentum that you seem to be carrying here so far this season. 6 top 10s, 6 top 5s, 3 race wins. An amazing job. So until next time, my friend, I know we're going to meet again. Stay safe and, of course, keep it fast.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
All right, there you have it. Walking away with win number 3 and making in a 3-peat. He's going to go back to back here with the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. What a run. What a night. And just an amazing run altogether here tonight with the Queen City 250 for the Cyber Thunder Pro Cup Series. We've seen over 120 laps of green flag racing before our first caution of the night. Flew on lap number 120. And as you can hear producers hitting those buttons in the background, you know the sounds, you know it's time for us to run down tonight's unofficial race results from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Walking away, checkered flag in hand behind the wheel of that number 64 machine. Back at the front once again is Cody Richardson. Andrew Caldwell gonna pick up 2nd with Casca back in 3rd. Jerry Isaacs comes home 4th. 5th place tonight belongs to the 85 GoPro machine of Dan Keene. Sliding home in 6th from Charlotte will be the 08 Blackstone sponsored machine of Gary Bowman. Cody Heitzman, your premier racing setup pole award winner, gonna come home 7th. Michael Grew back in 8th with Dorsey finishing in 9th. 13 machine of Christian Delgado will round out your top 10. Mike Donahue back in 11th with Ed Jurgen coming home 12th. Ken Lung in the 37 WeatherTech machine gonna come home 13th. 14th tonight to Nathan Dufton with Corey Sherman, Judd Danielson, Daryl Richard, Chris Letts, and Jared Camilli finishing out your 19 car field here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. The beast of the Southeast never seems to disappoint What a run, what a night here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. That's going to do it for us. We're going to begin to cut off the lights and roll up the cords. But before we go, if you haven't already, join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop the thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey or you are one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, or one of our many sponsors across our many different leagues. Get your e-speed fix each and every night right here with us on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Big shout out to Butt Kicker Premier Racing Setup, as well as Mountain Mafia Kennels, Beef Jerky Unlimited, Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet. Without you guys, we couldn't get it done again. We're going to roll up the lights, cut off the cords. We'll see ya in the America's Heartland, Iowa Speedway next week. So with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet ya in Turn 3.